Imagine a Catholic bishop ascending the altar of a Protestant church. He recites aloud the prayer of consecration of a new bishop. He raises his hands above him. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a 100-year-old coincidence. It happened on April 18, 2026, in Fresno, California, and the Catholic bishop in question was neither removed, nor sued, nor recalled by Rome. Nothing happened. Now imagine a Catholic congregation, the Priestly Society of St. Pius X, that wishes to consecrate Catholic bishops with valid Catholic ordinations, with the intention of transmitting the apostolic succession of the Church of Christ. Rome already has the decree of excommunication ready. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this isn't a random paradox. It's the system working exactly as it was designed. Let's reconstruct the sequence. On April 25, 2026, Rorate Cayley published an exclusive that shook the traditionalist world. According to internal sources, Leo XIV has already decided to follow the so-called jurisprudence of 1988 regarding the episcopal consecrations that the Society of St. Pius X has announced for July 1st in a cone. The decree has already been prepared. It is similar in tone and content to the one signed on July 1st, 1988 by Cardinal Bernardin Gantin, then prefect of the Congregation for Bishops under John Paul II. That decree declared latae sententiae, automatic, instantaneous, excommunication for those who consecrated and those who were consecrated without papal mandate, and it called consecrations a schismatic act. The practical result: no plans to receive Father Davide Pagliarani, Superior General of the Society, before his excommunication. Negotiations are over. The doors are closed. The countdown, 66 days to July 1st, continues. While Rome was preparing this decree, something else happened on April 18, 2026. In Fresno, California, at St. James Episcopal Church, Bishop Joseph Brennan, appointed by Francis, participated in the so-called episcopal consecration of Greg Kimura as the new Anglican bishop. Brennan said the prayer of consecration. He raised his hands above Kimura. He did not physically lay hands on Kimura, a technical gesture that perhaps would allow him to claim he had not formally co-consecrated. But the meaning of the gesture was unmistakable to those who were present and to anyone who later saw the images. Anglican ordinations were declared absolutely null and void by Pope Leo III in the encyclical Apostolicae Curiae, promulgated in 1896. The reason is twofold: lack of form. The Anglican formula of consecration does not specify the sacrament of orders, and lack of intention. The Anglican Reformation had deliberately eliminated the Catholic sacrificial priesthood. That statement has never been revoked. So, a Catholic bishop participated in the simulation, that's the right word, of an episcopal ordination that the Church itself declared invalid 130 years ago, simulation of a sacrament. In the Church of a heretical confession, with the prayer of consecration pronounced aloud. Here, we need to understand exactly what's happening. On April 24th, the day before Rorate Cayley's exclusive, Bishop Athanasius Schneider gave an interview to Gloria.tv, and he was explicit in a way rarely seen from a serving bishop. Regarding Brennan's participation in the Anglican ordination, Schneider used the words of a jurist, not a diplomat. He called the incident an ecclesiastical crime, not a mistake, not a reckless act, a crime. And he added something no cardinal had dared to formulate so clearly. He said, "A bishop who participates in a schismatic, heretical, and invalid consecration apparently remains unpunished. At the same time, a true and valid Catholic consecration in the Society of St. Pius X is labeled a schismatic act. Double standards, said by a serving bishop in a public interview with precise names and facts. Schneider also repeated his broader accusation against Rome. Rome knows and does nothing about the Protestantization of the Church. It's not the first time he's said it, but this time he says it on the day Rome is signing a decree of excommunication. So far, the facts, but there's a deeper question. Canon 1382 of the Code of Canon Law establishes latae sententiae excommunication, automatic, without the need for a trial, for anyone who consecrates a bishop or is consecrated without a papal mandate. It is a serious penalty established precisely to protect the unity of the Church and apostolic succession. The Society of St. Pius X wants to use that canon to consecrate bishops with valid Catholic ordinations, with a Catholic intention and with a Catholic rite. The maximum penalty under canon law applies immediately. Bishop Brennan uses his episcopal authority to participate in the simulation of a sacrament that Leo XIII declared null. Invalid Anglican ordinations, heretical form, intention contrary to Catholic. There is no canon cited against him in the Code of Canon Law. There is no open proceeding. There is no letter from Rome. This is the point that no major media outlet has made clearly. The Church's canonical system punishes those who transmit valid apostolic succession without a mandate. He remains silent before those who participate in the simulation of an invalid apostolic succession with manifest approval. This is not inconsistency. It is a deliberate choice about what to protect and what to ignore. There is a moment in church history that illuminates this mechanism. It was the 4th century. Arius maintained that Christ was not true God, a heretical position condemned at Nicaea in 325. Athanasius of Alexandria resisted, alone against all. Arian bishops were everywhere, protected by the powerful and rewarded with the most important sees. Athanasius was exiled 5 times. His answer has remained in the history of the Church: Athanasius contra mundum, Athanasius against the world. The question that hangs over all this is simple. Is Schneider the Athanasius of the 21st century? Or is there still someone within the walls of Rome willing to listen to him before July 1st arrives? Marx imposes irregular blessings throughout the Diocese of Munich. Rome says it doesn't agree, but does nothing. Brennan co-consecrates an invalid Anglican bishop. Rome doesn't even say it doesn't agree. The Society of St. Pius X announces valid Catholic consecrations. Rome already has the decree. The pattern is the same. The direction is always the same. Not toward the limits of progressivism, toward the limits of tradition. In 66 days, the decree could change. A meeting could take place. A gesture could change everything. But according to Rorate Cayley, no meeting is planned. No door is open. The countdown is running on a dead end. And there's something painfully symbolic about all this. Icon is the same place. July 1st is the same date. 1988 and 2026, 38 years apart. In 1988, Benedict XVI, then prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, was against immediate excommunication. He proposed a path of dialogue. He wasn't listened to. 21 years later, as Pope, he himself revoked those excommunications. Who among today's protagonists will have the courage to remember him? What do you think? If you liked the video, comment Amen. God bless you.